Hello, welcome back to Front Mission 3 Remake Beamz. My back is still bugging me from moving things around so much, so I didn't go to work today, unfortunately. So instead, I'll be doing this. Gonna do some streaming. Not sure. I'm not sure how many missions we're gonna do. This is where land. This is where they capture. Well, if anything, they should be thanking her because of her they caught Quang so that they could like publicly execute it. Right? If it wasn't for her, they would have lost him. Yeah, this is beyond excessive. He just drives over the town. Or whatever. I guess it's not really a town. I don't know what those would be. They look like tents, but that one exploded. So who knows what's in them. There's a lot going on in this scene. Yeah, see, they keep hyping up their skills, but when we fight them, they go down like little bitches. Have you done enough? Bam, bam. Just a leisurely jog. Ugh. What are you doing? Quit interfering. See, so I don't understand why they arrested Lan here. Right? Yes, she got in the way, but he's just like, what are you doing? Why are you getting in the way? Right? Mission accomplished. So they go. So Cold Blood. That's their name. But I don't see why they would have arrested her or treated her like she was some kind of a traitor. She walked out in front of some kid who turned out to be like the #1 VIP, like the most important person. And then they get to capture him, right? So it works out in their favor. And she's down. Bang. Into the brig for no apparent reason. Ah, you're awake. They're dead. It's funny because later on the imaginary numbers, when they betray Val and work with the rebels to attack DHC stuff, they shit on how bad the rebels are. It's like, well, yeah, I mean, you just wiped them out. So how much of a force could you possibly expect them to be? Look at that. Even the infirmary, they can't get away from using that dirty texture. Like, look at this. Should be a sterile environment, or as sterile as you can be, right? What does that say in the back there? Glucosium? Fresinus? What the hell is that? Some paint you can, like some of the paint things you can take, but the special ones like imaginary numbers, rapid reaction force, purple haze, the Wulong, you can't take those ones, or you're not allowed. Like in the Front Mission 3 mod for the PlayStation, like Front Mission 3 Reload, it lets you use, I think it's the Wulong, the red from the Wulong. But the other ones, they're not in there, or you don't get to use them. And with this mod that I've got, it doesn't change like the paint schemes. It's actually worse than that. If I change enemies on a map with this mod, it resets their paint scheme to gray. So you don't even get to see what they like. You don't get to see the machines in their actual paint if I change them. It's just everybody is gray. And we're back here. Yeah, he's the leader of the rebels. I can't believe that. Yes, they are the coolest. I do like those ones. I wish we could get them. It would be nice if they like tied them to certain achievements or something like that. So, you know, do a certain thing and then it unlocks that scheme, that paint scheme that you can put on your guys. Yeah, I can't see why Lou would help you break this guy out. Like, let Quang go. It seems like it's against everything he stands for to just let him go. Break him out. New Game Plus? Yeah, maybe something new. So the thing is, though, New Game Plus in this game isn't as good as it was in the PlayStation version. In this version, when you do New Game, or in the original version, when you do New Game Plus, you keep all of your skills from both the Emma playthrough and Analysis playthrough. In this game, when you do a New Game Plus, it only saves the skills from the playthrough you just did. So if you just did an Analysis playthrough and then you do an Emma playthrough, only Kazuki and Ryogo keep their skills. Everybody else has nothing, right? But then, say you do an Analysis playthrough, then an Emma playthrough, and then you go back to an Analysis playthrough, only Kazuki and Ryogo have skills. Everybody else's skills are wiped. So it's a big step back. Like there's no rhyme or reason for it. Like if Squaresoft developers could figure out how to keep all of the skills across both playthroughs together in the same save file on a PlayStation where your memory card was 8 megabytes, you can't tell me that a modern day developer who's got like gigabytes of space to let the save file balloon into also couldn't figure it out, right? It's just being lazy, in my opinion. There's a lot of that. I do like this game. I do enjoy it. I just personally feel that the developers were very lazy in the way that they went about it. Like lately I've been shitting on this rust like everywhere. It doesn't matter what it is or where it is or who's owning or operating it. It's rusty. Everything is rusty. Like these control panels here should be made out of aluminum, but they're all made out, apparently they're made out of steel or iron or whatever it is. It's rusting. Everything everywhere is rusted. It doesn't make any sense to me. Even the freaking phone has got rust on it. A phone should be made out of plastic, but nope, it's all rusted. And we saw in the infirmary rust peeling paint on the wall in the infirmary. I'm surprised they don't put rust on the people. It's like they only had a handful of textures. Yeah, half-baked. Yeah. I do like it's funny, like I like the third game. I really enjoy it. And the remake's not terrible. Right? That's the thing. There's an amazing game here. It's just laziness and shortcuts hold it back from realizing that. And that's the sad thing, right? Like the sound. Well, I guess I didn't change anything here. The sounds, some of them are good, but like cannons sound like rifles, right? Some of the animations are kind of goofy, which is whatever. It's neither here nor there. But I think we'll do impact for the punchy guys, right? But like the walking, for example, like why does everything explode when we walk on it? It's like somebody saw that and they're like, yeah, this looks really cool. Let's have it everywhere. Everywhere you walk, everything. It's just, to me, it's just stupid, right? There's a time and a place for, like, you know, you're walking and you're kicking up dirt in the ground. Yeah, it doesn't have any. But then it's like the original game, right? The original game, the only thing you could unlock was the Hoshin, like the special Vanzer that has the beam gun. And they kept that. You can unlock that too, just like in the original game. But they had an opportunity to add more, right? If you're gonna make achievements, why not put unlockable skins, right? Like the RRF one here, I like this. It looks kind of neat, right? They could have unlocked different skins, maybe different skins for the like the infantry models, right? So when your pilot is on the ground, you can make them look a different way. It's just lots of missed opportunities, right? And then they've got bugs from the original PlayStation version that they didn't bother to fix. It doesn't make any sense. Well, why would they not fix that? Right? It doesn't make any sense. When you eject an enemy in the PlayStation game, when they get back in their machine, they don't reset their AP for like the... Oh, he's got two. From like the damage class mods, evasion, accuracy, blah blah. Right? And then in the remake, they still don't do that. Yeah, exactly. Right? Unlock some new machines. Unlock some cool new stuff. I think that would have been great. We're surprisingly fragile, and I'm not a big fan of that. Ooh, okay. Pam is in trouble. Like, even if... Like, it doesn't have to be anything crazy, right? Like, they don't have to add anything like super crazy over the top or anything like that, but if it was like I don't know, what would you add? I guess you could add some of the mobile weapons like they did in the first and the second game, right? Some of the small ones. Okay, so that guy's not a threat anymore. Surprised at how much damage. We might lose Kazuki. At least these guys don't do that much damage. Well, he's gonna do 200. Well, he does more than 200 because that skill wouldn't go off if he wasn't gonna do more than 200 damage. All right, so we live. Lose an arm. That's okay. I've got an extra. Blast this guy. Oh, so close. What? Oh, void 80. It's just so little damage. Or maybe instead of machines. Oh gosh. Maybe like different weapons, right? Like maybe you unlock a missile launcher that shoots more than one. Oh, you're thinking like the weapon levels when you say damage. Yeah, you you would be very strong in the early game, but it would start to even out when you get around the mid game. It's like the Beamz. These Beamz are very strong at the start of the game, but around this, I mean, they're still very strong. It's like we're hitting them with a very powerful melee attack. Every time, but at range. See, 238. 100 damage per shot with the machine gun. Yeah, that would be very strong. That would be very, very strong. Can we hit him in the body? Ooh, he's almost punched my arm off. Okay, he's stunned. Let's try and kill this guy. Yeah, or they could do something like, say, like a machine gun that shoots 15 times instead of 10. Or a missile that shoots two missiles per attack. Right? That kind of thing. I think we're gonna lose Kazuki. Nope, not this time. I'm surprised he didn't attack Ryogo. I wonder why he just stood there. Well, he's dead now. I guess we're not going to lose anybody after all. Well, I guess I shouldn't say that. There's no guarantee we kill this guy, right? Whammo! Okay, got him. And because he's autopilot, he's not going to surrender. Let's see if we can get Kazuki another 5 medals. Level C. See, in the other games, especially 5, you almost need the New Game Plus to get your levels up enough. But then, when I did New Game Plus on 5, I didn't get to keep my skill level. It was just the equipment. That's what I got to keep. It just takes so long to grind up your skill levels in 5. This one can be a bit of a pain too, to level them up, but if you really wanted to, you could download the Fukushima simulator, like as soon as you get access to the network, and then you could do like an end game simulator right at the start of the game. Like, you're gonna die a lot because how much damage they do to you. But even when you miss, you'll get a ton of XP just because there's such a big difference between the two of you. Then you could level up your skills or your weapon level quite a bit. The only problem with that is you're not going to get any platinum medals because you'll be taking a 15% penalty on your score. This is crazy. This whole plan relies on nobody looking out the window. Right? Well, as long as nobody looks outside, and as long as nobody goes up onto the deck, that's a hard question to answer. Like, is the rest of the franchise as good as this? Last year I played Front Mission 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like the 5 main games, and Gun Hazard, which is like a side game. That one is more like a Metroidvania type game, Gun Hazard. But out of the 5 mainline games, I would say this one is close to the top. I wasn't a big fan of the first one. Now, to be fair, the first one was a Super Nintendo game, and then when this company did the remake, they kept a lot of the design decisions from the first game that were made because it was a Super Nintendo game, right? You couldn't do certain things because the hardware couldn't handle it. So you get these same questionable decisions, like, well, why did it stay the same? Like, you can't tell me that you couldn't have changed it. So I didn't find the gameplay in the first game to be super good. It was basically like equip machine guns, use the double shooting skill or the dual skill that lets you pick which body part you want to shoot at, and then you win. Because the enemy, it was hard at the beginning. I'm not gonna lie, the first game was tough at the beginning, but once you start unlocking those machine gun skills, you just crush everyone, and then you sweep through the game like there's no opposition. Story-wise, though, the game was pretty good. I did like it. I did make fun of the final boss because it looked like a human Reaper from Mass Effect. Or I guess I should say the human Reaper from Mass Effect looks like the final boss in Front Mission. Now, I don't know if it looked like that in the Super Nintendo version. Maybe these guys stole that design from Mass Effect. I don't know. The second game is better than the first. I don't think it's quite as good as the third game, but it was definitely better than the first. You don't get any XP from the simulator in the second game, and in order to unlock like certain skills, you need honor points, and there's a finite amount of XP and honor points in the game. So I played through the whole game, all of Front Mission 2, and it wasn't until like right at the end of the game that I unlocked the skill that lets you make guys surrender. So there was no way to like capture machines, and there are some machines in that game you can only get by making them give up. So that game really leads to like New Game Plus. Like you pretty much have to. The story was a little bit better than the first, except for like the final boss thingy, essentially being like this AI in space, which I felt was kind of dumb, but whatever. And then there's this one, right? And then 4 was better than 2. Now, I gotta say, I am biased towards the third game because it was the first game in the franchise I played, and I've played hundreds and hundreds of hours of this game, right? I do like the link system and the way skills work in the fourth game better than this game, right? But that personal bias I have keeps this game up. I'd say this is better than 4. I mean, though, even without like the mechanics of the fourth game, I would say are better than this one, and then the fifth game is like the pinnacle. Like all of the things that they've learned through the past 4 games makes the fifth one amazing, right? So I played through the fifth game for the first time last year. It took me like 70 hours or something like that. So the 4 is pretty easy. As long as you just keep plodding along, you'll eventually get through. Right? The thing I didn't like about the fourth game is the UCS storyline. I've always felt that they should have stuck to the EC, right? Or make them 2 separate playthroughs like they did in this one, right? It looks nice, and like the skills, the links, and that type of stuff. Like it's a decent game. The story's kind of but it's not the worst, right? It's not a terrible story. It's just kind of bland. in my opinion. But it's really short. I think that's part of the problem, right? Like, Front Mission 3 is a PS1 title, right? So it's using a CD, right? So, and what was it? It's like 780 megabytes or something like that on a CD. I could be wrong. Yeah, it could just be that people in Europe know how to maintain their stuff, right? And this one, everything is all dirty because they don't know how to maintain it. Right. So the third game, From Mission 3, if you add up all of the maps from like the Emma side and the Alice's side, it's like 120 missions. It's huge. There's so much in this game. And then Front Mission 4 is, I think it's like 29 missions. And that's both sides. Like, between EC and UCS, it's 29 missions. And then if you get all of the unlock requirements for the simulators, it's another 28 simulator battles. But all of the simulator battles happen on regular maps. So it's not like they're using any extra maps, right? And you can't tell me that a PS2, right? The PS2 couldn't handle a bigger game, right? They could have done more. They could have made it longer, right? Focus, in my opinion, the UCS thing should have been like a 2 or 3 mission, like side thing with Daryl and his guys, or just not at all, and they just figure out a different way of tying the Zapterans in and focus on the Durandal and the EC, because that was the interesting, in my opinion. Yeah, we definitely got our money's worth out of the third game. Yeah, I'll give you that. Yeah, and then 4, like I said, 4, it's not a bad game, right? It's just not as good as 3. And then when I played 5, man, I had a ton of fun with 5 on my first playthrough, trying to figure everything out. Like, I didn't know anything. Like, I didn't read through. I wasn't spoiling anything. I was trying to figure shit out for myself. Sometimes people would say, "Oh, you should try this," or blah blah blah. But it was good. And like I said, it was like 70 some hours. It was a long way through, and it was fun. Like, I guess no other way of saying it, putting it. It was fun, and honestly, if I didn't have so much nostalgia for the third game, I'd say that fifth. You know what? Even, like, all things being even, I think 5 is probably the best. It's a shame that we never got an English release of the 5th game, but the fan translation is really good, right? And what's really, really sad, and it really kills me, that this lazy developer who did the third game, if Front Mission 3 does well enough, I'm sure they'll be given an opportunity to do a remake of the 4th game, which I know deep down they're gonna half-ass it like they did this one. And then if the 4th game does well, they'll get a remake of the 5th game, and they'll half-ass that too. And that's just the way it is. Like, the first 2 remakes had a lot of problems at launch. I didn't really have any, I shouldn't say any, but I had very few problems when this released on the Switch, right? The hardware, it's obvious that the hardware couldn't handle the game. When this game first came out, I streamed it. I streamed my first playthrough. I think it was less than 24 hours I finished it. But I watched everything, and I was talking to people and everything like that going through, right? And then a couple days later, I beat it again on the Emma side. But I just, like, played it as fast as I could, and I beat it in like 9 hours. But all of that together, so like 29 hours of play in like the first weekend that the game was released, and I think I had like 1 or maybe 2 crashes. Yeah, you watched. Yeah. So it's like I didn't have a lot of technical issues, right? But Ocean. So I did change these guys. Oh, that must. Wait, why is that one? Why is there? Oh, that's Lan in the Ocean. I should have given her a beam, so she could be just like us. Oh well, coulda, shoulda, woulda. Except now she won't be so fragile. What is that? Oh, it's like a metal cage. Do I want to be in there? I'm not gonna put anybody in there just in case. Just in case you can't get out of that. We'll go for the rifles first, I think. Yeah. There's a lot more guys this time. Defense class. Ooh. We're so fragile. So fragile. Ouch. Xiao Manix? Sounds like a Chinese guy. YouTube. No one has ever told me that before. I once knew this chick who said that my voice sounded like fire. I don't even know what that means. But no one has said no one's ever mentioned that before. I'm gonna write that name down. Maybe I'll look him up later. X-A-O-A-N-Y-C. Xiao Manix. Wait, did I shoot his gun off? No, I didn't. I can still see it. What does this guy do? Is he like, does he like play games like I do? Does he do other like prank comment content or shit like that? Oh right, I changed the flamethrowers to be 4 range. She doesn't even need to move. I do like the flamethrowers. They look nice. And the hover looks really neat too, right? So it's not like they half-assed everything. That's what I'm getting at, is like there's a great game here. It's just being held back by laziness. Oh no. Oh, I didn't save. Oh well, hopefully we don't die. I think we'll be okay. Well, it's hard to say because we take so much damage. I need to get rid of his gun. I mean, shoot him in the body is not bad either. Okay, so he's not gonna... Why is he not shooting back? Oh, we must be out of range. I didn't think we were out of range, but whatever, I'll take advantage. Okay, his gun is gone. And that's good enough for me. So now we'll go after these... Oh, I should have moved her. I should have moved her 1 square so that this guy can't get at her. Okay, we'll go for this guy, because you've already broken his legs. So it makes it easier for us to get rid of him. At least that's what I'm going to tell myself. Okay, body. Alright, good enough. Once they've only got their hard blows, I'm not that... Or I don't have as many people. Come on, Lan, you could at least focus. Shoot the... Like, shoot the same guy? Instead of attacking somebody else? Ah, it's the wrong arm. Don't die. 191. Okay, so he can't kill. This is dicey. Oh no. Oh, stun. That's bad. That's really bad. They're all gonna gang up on Bam. Defense class 1. Don't punch my gun off. You gotta be kidding. Alright, well, we're done. We're gonna get game over here. Jesus. Okay, let's try and kill this guy. I hate how they made the stun last so long. Like 2, 3, 4 turns. It was much better in the PlayStation version when it was like 1 or 2 turns tops. Damn it, I might have to redo the last mission now. Well, there should be an autosave at the start of this. Oh, jeez. And this is with anti-impact. They're still doing like this huge damage on us. It's not like she can move. So whoever she attacks is gonna hit her back. Okay, I'm gonna move him. We'll go for this guy. I gotta be more strategic here. A white American who goes to Chinese restaurants. Well, I don't do a lot of that. Although my wife is Chinese, but I don't, it's fun. It's funny, I used to date this other person from China a long time ago. And we would go, why that guy? Damn it, Lan. And we would go to, like, my wife still does go to Chinese markets, but I don't go with her. I guess part of it is I gotta make sure that we've got 2 kids, right? So I keep the boys, pretending he's just an ordinary guy. Oh, so it's like, he's like one of those guys who goes into a Chinese market and he like speaks in perfect Chinese, and then they're all like, what? Like they just can't figure it out. I've seen, yeah, bam, you start speaking Mandarin and Cantonese with them, yeah. Okay. I can't trust Lan to kill this guy. For whatever reason, she doesn't seem like she wants to, so I'll do it. Yeah, no, I don't... I've been... Ooh, how long? 11 years, I think, my wife and I have been married now. It's crazy. Let me look. Yeah, 11, because 12 is next year. So we've been married for 11 years. We've been together for 12. That's what gets you, right? And then, and I know almost no Mandarin. No, pretty much nothing. Okay, I think we're good now. This is the last guy with legs, and all he can do is hard blow. so we'll kill him. And then this is the last guy to worry about, but I don't think he's going to be able to hurt. I don't think he's going to be able to do much to land. Yeah, it's funny, my kids, like, it's hard to say with my youngest because he's nonverbal, but they understand more than I do. Like, my mother-in-law is here a lot, like a lot, and she doesn't speak English, she only speaks Mandarin. So when she talks to them, she's talking to them in Mandarin, right? Damn it, Lan is screwing up my victory here. Oh, that was... This mission was harder than it had any reason to be. Like, there's just no way it should have been this hard. Really? We only got dinged for turns, not for damage? Or losing 2 people? It's crazy. Yeah, so their Mandarin is much better than mine. And my oldest can speak Mandarin. To an extent. Right? I can tell my wife that I love her, and I can say hello and thank you. That's all I need. Right? I don't need... I got the most important things. I did, actually. When was that? 2014 or 2015? Yeah, I think it was 2014 after we had met. When I had come back to Canada, I had used Rosetta Stone. So I'd paid for like the Rosetta Stone. It's like a language thing or whatever. And I tried to, and I stuck to it. You do these like lessons and stuff like that. And I would do like 30 to 60 minutes a day of these lessons, and it would teach you like, you know, like different colors and numbers and this and that, like a lot of different things, right? So every once in a while I might pick up like a single word that like I didn't even realize that I knew. But when I got into like the more advanced stuff where it's like trying to like say sentences and go like read like more than 1 or 2 words, I just couldn't wrap my head around it. And I kept making, because you get scored, right, and graded, and I kept making mistakes, and it's like, okay, well, and part of it was like drawing the characters and stuff like that. So it didn't work very well. I tried and I tried and I tried, and after like, geez, I think I slammed my head against that thing for like 2 or 3 months, and I plateaued at like single words, and I just never got any better. And then eventually I just threw in the towel and said, okay, forget it. The plan was always for her to immigrate here, so I figured it wasn't going to be a super big deal. The thing that makes it easier for my kids is that they use it, right? Yeah, it can be tough. And you want to know what's like the shitty thing about it is, like, even if I did good enough to have a conversation, there's different dialects, and there's times when my wife, like, she'll mention that, and she'll be like, oh, because I'll ask, oh, what are they saying? What's going on? And she's like, she doesn't understand it very much because it's a different dialect of the language. It's like a northern dialect, right? So a lot of the words are the same, but like the way you say them could be different. So it's like, okay. And it's the same thing. It's like Cantonese, right? And modern Mandarin. right? They're different languages, but there's a lot of overlap. Kind of like French and French Canadian French, right? Or like Portuguese and Spanish, right? They come from the same root, so you can kind of communicate, like, 'cause some things can be this like similar or the same. Yeah, that gets. Heck, hell, I find that I see that in the not the Philippines, in at work, speaking to people from the Philippines, and there's lots of times where I'll ask someone, "Hey, can you help me talk to this guy?" And they'll just say no. It's like, no, I can't talk to him. He's from a different island, and his dialect is different. So we can't communicate. I say, well, that's great. And then you have like a room of 200 people, and we'll say like 40% are from the Philippines, and this guy happens to be the only guy from that island. It's like, how the hell did that happen? But it happens. There's nothing I can do about it, right? You just got to figure it out. Yeah, I guess when Kevin, when my youngest, when he comes back from China next year, if he's talking, because like I said, he's non-verbal right now. But if he's talking, he'll probably be speaking in Mandarin and not in English. The bar. Just go to the shop. But my oldest, he mainly speaks in English, but he's learned, like, what the heck? He's learned to like switch back and forth. So when he asks somebody a question, if they don't respond, then he'll ask them again, right? So if he asks, now that he's in China, he might say something in English, and if the person doesn't respond, he'll ask again in Mandarin. And he would do that to me a lot here. He'd say something, and I would just look at him. It's like, hey, buddy, I don't know what you're saying. And then he would ask me again in English. If you don't use it, you lose it. I know this other person, a friend of mine, she hasn't used English in so long that she can't read it, write, or speak it anymore. She's like, all of it is gone. She's forgotten it all. And she was self-taught. She taught herself how to read and write and speak. Yeah, she was telling me about it. Like, she used to like listen to the radio and then watch movies. She forced herself to consume English media, and that's how she learned the language, because her English language skills are basically nothing when she came here to learn as a student. So it was literally sink or swim. She had to learn quickly how to communicate and how to read and all that type of stuff, or she was gonna fail. And she did it. She did it, yeah. Everything worked out good for her. And then she graduated and we met. Even then, that was like 3 or 4 years later. Like, her English wasn't amazing. It was good enough to communicate, right? But now it's all gone. He's more blue. Maybe it's just because of the dark, but he looked more blue than purple. We'll get rid of this guy. I don't think I changed him because he's in he was in a Lenghe, so I think he's still I know I changed things for, like, with the mod up to a point, but I don't remember how far I went and then I stopped. Like, eventually everybody you fight is an imaginary number anyways, so there's, like, what is there to change, right? Just start changing everybody into Hoshins, and it gets kind of boring. There we go, and we can gang up on him. See, now I need to think. There's lots of flamethrower guys here. Do I want to protect myself from the flamethrower? You know what? I think I do want to protect myself from the flamethrower. I talked myself into it. And then, because, like, the only melee guy, if I remember right, is Ivan. Right, is him. You know what I should have done? I should have given him something like the methane Banzer, and then we could have just sniped him and been done with it. Just kill him in this stupid methane thing right here, and then sit. Okay, you win. I don't think anybody else is going to be able to hit him now. We're too far away, and you can't shoot through the plane. So we'll just move closer. He's anti-fire, right? Yeah. I can't remember if I killed him when my missiles only playthrough. I don't think I did. Actually, I don't think I did. I didn't do the Alisa playthrough for missiles only. I only did Emma, and I only did one because I didn't want to do. I didn't want to do too much because I had just done a bunch of front mission crews. Actually, now that I think about it, I was gonna do, yeah, missiles. I should have written it down. And if I had a few more wrinkles in my brain, I would have. I was gonna do front mission 4 missiles. Missiles only. Yeah, I like that paint scheme. It's a shame that you can't get it. Yeah, he looks a little more blue than he should be. Right? Because they're supposed to be purple, but he looks kind of blue. I wonder if it's just the lighting on this mission. Missiles. Oh yeah. It's two missiles, 2 flamethrowers, right? And then the machine guns on the helicopters, and then Ivan's fist. I don't have enough people with chaff. Well, I guess you can't really get it on this side. Well, I can because I cheated the hangar so we can have everything. But... Jesus, 50 damage, and that's with us at anti-fire. It's crazy. I can't remember what is his damage mod. 45%? Wow, so he's doing 50 damage a hit, and that's 45% reduction. Whew. I don't know if I want to take another 20-30 damage. But we can do this mission fast because all you need to do is kill Ivan. And then you win. Why the rebels wouldn't keep attacking you after you beat Ivan? I don't know. Although I am losing out on quite a bit of medals if I do that. Well, he's basically neutralized now. Like, there's nothing he's gonna be able to do. because we can just run away from him. Let's blast some of these guys. And the helicopters are they're like 2 shots and then you die. Oh my goodness, can we hit the same piece more than once? Okay, kill him. Or shoot his flamethrower off. Ah, legs. It's not very good, so... Oh, good, there's still her. Okay, I need to get rid of this guy. Perfect. I don't think Kazuki could survive getting hit with like 2 more full flamethrowers. Oh, there's 3 helicopters here. Okay, so if he does double shot, she dies. Yeah, Kazuki's not going to survive this turn. 605. So she's going to die next turn. But those other 2 helicopters... Between the 2 choppers and the flame... Okay, never mind. Alright. I don't know what I'm talking about, apparently. Why would I learn defense class when he's guaranteed to miss? And then we dodged it anyways. What the hell? Hey, shoot Ryogo, please. Don't die. Alright, we live. This is so weird. So this should be like 60%. How is he doing even more damage when our damage mod went up? What the hell is going on here? I gotta check what her body is. Isn't she the same? Oh, Genie. Why is she in a Genie? Why did I put this here? 15%. So she went from 15 to 20. Why did I do that? Oh, because for the defense class 1. That's why. Oh, that was stupid. That was a bad idea. Is anybody close? 31. No. 13. I think everybody's too far away. 31. 13. Shit. Okay, we'll kill the helicopter. And then I'll use BAM on this guy, and hopefully between one of these 2 shots we hit him in the body. Or we do double on his legs. No, his gun has got too good range. Figure he's dead. Alright, so then we'll focus those helicopters and we should be fine. Yeah, there's 2. We'll kill him. Hey, they changed his SUI. Shui. It's supposed to just be XU. I guess they changed it so that English-speaking people could read it, and instead of calling him Zoo. No, he ejected. There we go. This is a lot of XP that we would have just given up on, right? XP and medals, and it feels bad to just leave it, right? Especially since, well, as we've seen, I was able to just like wipe them out. And then we can get this XP. I'm not sure if we're gonna get anybody to S. I think when I did like the mod, oh, he didn't. That sucks. I would have preferred Chaff over him using defense class 1. Not gonna lie. Okay, I'm changing these bodies. I'm changing those bodies. Okay, no, he's got to move. No. No, let's do him last. so that he could maybe get some medals. That's why Kazuki never gets any freaking medals, because I always use him first. And then he just shoots somebody. Ah, dodge. Yeah, I was just thinking, so when I did the mod showcase, I think I did have somebody get S rank Beamz, but it wasn't until like late in the game. Because when you're splitting up the XP and the medals 8 ways, it makes it very difficult. Okay, perfect. No more flamethrower. Yeah, it makes it very difficult to level people up like that. I suppose... I think the XP formula is based off of, like, the difference in the weapon level. So I think if I, like, changed a bunch of guys to be, like, S rank, then, then maybe we would get more XP. And it would make them a little bit more dangerous, too. Yeah, see, that's what I was worried about. Is that we shoot him and then he gives up. You know what? I don't want to be there, just in case. And I want these medals. Perfect, there's 5 more. And then we'll just blast him. Oh, you ass. Oh no, did I do... Okay, I haven't. How often is he gonna... Okay. Just to say, how often is he gonna do that? 666. There you go, Miho. She's the devil. Number of the beast. Escape. Okay. Now this might just mean that we're hitting his right arm and not his body. No, we killed him. Good. And escape can be super irritating. Same thing with prevent loss. There we go. We could have killed him the top of turn 2. We still got a platinum. But I wanted the... I don't care about the prize money, but I just wanted the medals and the XP. The helicopters are worth quite a bit. Don't mind me. I thought I'd get my freedom. It's a shame that they didn't voice. Right? It's like, oh, it's expensive. Yeah, I bet. Yes, I'm not gonna lie and say that it would be cheap, but I'm not saying you need to get like the best of the best voice actors. Something like this, right? Like a remake like this, I think would be a good opportunity for like new voice actors, people who are new to the industry. They're not going to be very expensive, right? Let me quantify that. They won't be expensive compared to like other established voice actors, right? And who knows, maybe this is like the stepping stone that would like get them into a full career of voice acting, right? Yeah, don't let your guard down. There's no reason to kill him. What do you mean there's no reason to kill him? He was trying to kill us. He wasn't normal. Yeah, his wounds are fatal. So we put him out of his misery. Flying to Shanghai. Sad music. Okay, so the next mission is... Actually, the next thing is like a shitload of story. Right? We got to do a ton of story. And then it's... Actually, I should have done this first. Taking those stupid genie bodies off. What is the Melodyne? What skill is this? Defense class 2, I think, right? Actually, I can't do it here. I want to do it here. Okay. Yeah, so he's got a genie. Maybe I give him the Melodyne. Which... Oh, it's the Drake that has chaff. Or maybe I do, keeping. Yeah, we'll do this. Genie. Like, the skill is kind of worthless. I just like the way this machine looks. Like, we're never going to use Revenge to... Actually, she doesn't have chaff, so I'll give her the Drake. Ning Tan, he's fine. Genie. Drake. Melodyne. I can't remember what that skill is. Okay, so you're level 4 HP, level 3 here. I don't want to... Oh. I see they fixed this. Did you notice that the price changed? When it came out, they didn't make it so that when you did upgrades, it would make the higher ones cheaper. So you just paid like the highest price for everything. Wuhan, Shanghai. I've been there. Shanghai, not Wuhan. I've been to Shanghai. It's 2017? It was 2016. It was the last time I've been to China. I went during Chinese New Year's. We went to Shanghai, went to Beijing. We actually did like... It's fun. It's funny. We actually did like touristy stuff. That was the only year that we did that. Every other time, like all the other times that we went, or that I went there, it was like meeting family, meeting friends, establishing relationships with people, and it was like saving. I had to save all of my, like save the boarding passes, and if you got tickets to something, like everything had to be saved because I was still fighting the government to get my wife over here. It was okay. It was pretty interesting. At the time, I think it's still like this, where like the Shanghai metro area has more people than all of Canada. But because it was Chinese New Year's, I don't want to say the city was deserted because there was probably still like 10 million people there, right? But it wasn't like 37 million like it was supposed to be. Right? But there were lots of people. It was really cool. I can't remember what we like. We did all kinds of stuff that time. Then we went to Beijing. We went to the Summer Garden. We went to the Forbidden City. We went to the Great Wall. Like we did like those kind of touristy things. So it was kind of neat. Like I said, normally it was more meeting family, but it was pretty good. It was fun. Now, Beijing was packed. Like, there were tons of people there when we went, like, shoulder to shoulder. And just like any big touristy area, you've got to be careful about pickpockets. So I had, like, everything important was, like, in a pocket inside, and it was zipped closed, so that, in order to pick, like, to steal anything that was important, they would need to get inside my zipped up jacket and then inside of a zipped up pocket that was on like the front. So I didn't get my pockets picked, but there were lots of people there. I got a bad picture of the Imperial Throne because there were like thousands of people in the Forbidden City when we went. I mean, it helped that I'm like a whole head taller than the average Chinese person, so it's not like I couldn't see. It's just you can't or at least at the time, you couldn't go into the building that had the throne. You couldn't even go up the stairs. Like, you couldn't go up the stairway to the building, so it was hard to see. Like, you could see it if you're further away, but then trying to like zoom your camera in it's just my phone camera, right? I can't even remember what phone I had. Whatever 2017 iPhone. So even zooming in, it was hard to get a good picture of it. we walked up these stairs. We went to this like old temple, and we were going, how tall? I'm shorter now than I was in the past, but I'm 180 centimeters, so it's like 5'11"-ish. I've lost like 3 or 4 centimeters because my spine is compressed. I've got like thin discs in my spine, and it's like costing me height. I don't care so much about losing the height, but I don't like how it pinches the nerve sometimes. That's why I haven't been to work the last couple days. Because it feels like somebody's like stabbing me in the spine with like a hot spike. And my feet have been tingly for like 2 days. Yeah, like 188 centimeters. 187, 188. It works out to like 5'11"-ish. 5'10", 5'11", something like that. Yeah, 188. 188. Yeah. It's funny. You go on the subway, and it's the same thing on the subway. Where when I'm standing on the subway there, and I can like look left and right, and I can see like all the way down the car, because I was taller than everybody else. I'm not even that tall. It's just like Changsha, where it is, there's not a lot of foreigners there. It's funny, the first time that I went, people were just like full on blatantly staring at me all the time, everywhere we went. It'd be like I was like the first white person these people have ever seen. We walk by, there's like a 5'11" is equivalent to 180. Oh, 180. Yeah, 180. Yeah. 180. My bad. I'm trying to add extra height to me. No, 180. Yeah, 180. No, I'm not that tall. 6'2", 6'3". No. I've never been that tall. 180. The soulless looks on their faces. They should have animated those better. Now, the first time I went, I saw one other white person when I was there, and he got the same treatment. Everybody was staring at him. And I went in July the first time. Oh, that was brutal. It was wicked hot. Then the next time that I went was in February, and I was there for a whole month. I was able to carry some vacation time over from one year into the next. That was the year we got married. It was good. It was really good that time, but it was good because it was cool. So it was like 6 to 10 degrees, but then it warmed up really fast when I was there. So by like the end of midway through the second week, it was like 15, 16 degrees every day. And to me it's beautiful, because I'm showing my wife, because I'm walking around in like a t-shirt, and people are looking at me like I'm this crazy person. I've never had so many strangers walk up and just grab my arm. they thought I was cold, so they'd walk up and they would literally just they would touch me, or they'd grab my arm, and like feel me, just like, oh, isn't he cold? It was crazy. We had these two students, these two girls from my wife said that they were from the college by the mountain there. They wanted a picture with me. And it's like, well, why? Just because I'm a foreigner? And that's what my wife said. Yeah, just they've never seen a foreigner before. It's like, sure, whatever, I'll take a picture. what do I care? It doesn't cost me anything. Take a picture, and then we just left. Yeah, it was funny, but that time was good. It was really nice, and I was there, like I said, a whole month. It sucked coming back to work, though. I must have had like 2,000 emails when I got back to work, sorting through all that shit. And the really shitty thing, in my opinion, at that time I only had 3 weeks of vacation. So I carried over a week from the previous year into that year, and then I used all 3 weeks of my vacation in February. So for the rest of the year, I had nothing, not a single vacation day. Man, that was brutal. Now I've got 4 weeks, and I take like a day here, a day there. I don't like taking a whole week. I get bored. I get bored after a few days. I think 5 is the best. So sometimes there's like Christmas and Boxing Day. That's a Canadian holiday, Boxing Day. So the 26th. So sometimes it's like Wednesday, Thursday, and then I'll take Friday. And then I'll be off Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So that's like 5 days in a row. I think that's good. Like, to me, that's a good amount of time to not go in. I don't have, you kind of like recharge. Not even free on Christmas. I'm not sure what you mean. I don't work on Christmas, no. And the place I work doesn't run on Christmas. There's only a few times when there's literally nobody at work, and Christmas is one of those days. Because even Canada Day, so the 1st, there were still people there. Right? It's not running full operation, but you're going to have like maintenance people doing like preventative maintenance or repairs and shit like that. Sanitation people doing like non-daily or special cleaning or whatever. But on Christmas, there's nobody there. Then, and it doesn't help that like say like a night shift person, for example, right? So the 1st, you'd have somebody there, like they were off like the 30th into the 1st, but then they were there the 1st into the 2nd, just because of how the night shift works. Yeah, so basically what I meant was like, I didn't have any vacation days, but like holidays like that, those I had off, right? So here, it's different every country. Like even in Canada, different provinces have different holidays. So I get there's 12 in a year, but 2 months have 2. So there's New Year's Day in January, and then that's the 1st, obviously, January 1st, and then the third Monday in February is a holiday here in Manitoba. And then there's nothing in March. And then April is Good Friday, which I believe is the 2nd Friday in April. But because of how, like, sometimes you do get Good Friday in March, right? But it's just weird. It's a different calendar. So then there's that in April. And then May, again, it's the 3rd Monday in May is Victoria Day. And then nothing in June. Then July 1st is Canada Day. Then I think it's the 2nd Monday in August is it doesn't really have a name. It's just like a civic holiday. Back, I want to say it was in the 70s, the Prime Minister just like made another holiday and he put it there. Pierre Trudeau. Yeah, he made that one in August. And then September You've got Labor Day, which I believe is the first Monday in September. And then Justin Trudeau, Pierre Trudeau's kid, he made another holiday, but he was stupid about it and he put it in September. He should have put it in March or June when there was no holiday. So now we've got 2 holidays in September. So it's the 30th. It's Truth and Reconciliation Day. It's neither here nor there. I don't really care about that. It's a day off, but whatever. But not everywhere, not every province gives that one as a day off. And then October, you've got Thanksgiving, which I think is the 3rd Monday in October. Then November 11th is Remembrance Day, which, like, not every province, that's like a paid holiday. Hell, not every business in Manitoba has that as a paid holiday. So the union, like the employees union, they were able to get that in as a paid holiday, which is why they've got it off. And then I get it off too, because nothing's going to run. And then December, there's 2. There's the 25th and the 26th. So even if I burn up all of my vacation days, I'm still going to have 12 days spread across the year. Now, unfortunately, this year, this is a bad year because September 30th, November 11th, and July 1st are all on Wednesdays. Right? So this, and normally I use my, what is she, like, bowing? Alisa. Normally, I use my vacation days around long weekends so that every long weekend is 4 days. But I didn't want to burn 2 days and have like the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd of July off, and then the weekend, right? To me, that's too many days. I've only got 3.5. I've got 3.5 days that I haven't booked yet, and I can just pick whenever I want. I can just use them here or there, and that's more because of how my manager does it. There's other salary departments where they're not so free, and the manager like makes them book every single day at the beginning of the year, and then you're kind of stuck like that. So I'm just lucky that my manager's not so strict about it, and it's easier to move them around, right? Because then it'd be like by the end of January, I'd have to pick where all 20 of my days are going to be, and then say I needed to take a day, I'd have to take one away from further on in the year and then move it up, which is always a pain in the ass. Trying to figure, okay, well, which of these days I have booked do I want to get rid of? Normally, I'm finished all of my vacation time by November. It's very rare. It's very rare that I have days still in December. Only twice. I've been there for 14.5 years, and only twice have I had time in December. Once when I carried it over into the next year, so I didn't even get to use it. And I think the other time was during COVID. I think it was 2020, actually. I still had 3 days in December, so I just took them all in a row. Like a Thursday, Friday, then the weekend, and then Monday. Yeah, I was distracted. Did you see that? The cabinet in that kitchen, which should be made out of wood, was full of rust. Why? Why? And then this perfect example. So you see the boarding thing there? That little middle piece, which would be like plasticky on the outside, is all rusty. It should be plastic or aluminum. So why is it rusted? And then here, now this is all supposed to be marble, I bet. I wonder what that orange line is on that one block on the front. That's a mistake. For sure. Chernobyl. Unbelievable. Well, it's hard to say because, like, this is in the future, right? Like, 21 something, or I think. Or who knows? Maybe in this timeline, the accident at Chernobyl never happened. I'm just trying to think. I'd have to look through the timeline again to see. I don't think it would mention that, but I can't remember when everything starts. Right, because gun hazard is where you learn that these machines, like the Vanzers, are fusion powered. And then they mention it again in Front Mission 5, so that like pulls it from a side game into the mainline game. So it's canon that it's fusion, which makes Midas as an energy source kind of pointless, right? If they've developed fusion reactors small enough to power machines that are only like 2 stories tall, although the scale of the Vanzers is all over the place. It's one of those things where if you think about it and you focus and you watch, like I did, I was playing like the first few games in my Front Mission marathon. I pointed it out a lot. Like the scale is all over the place in these games, right? You'll see a truck driving around on a road in like a scene, and it'll be 1 lane wide. And then on the battle map, the truck or the machines, the Vanzers, they're 2 lanes wide, and the truck is also 2 lanes wide. Or like we saw a lot in the first game, where vehicles were like the size of the foot. Like they're just like foot size on the Vanzers. And it's like, this doesn't make any sense. Right? And you see, or the scale of the road, it doesn't match the buildings. It's like either the buildings are gigantic, or the roads are itty bitty. It just doesn't make any sense. It was funny. It's funny, right? So here's a room. Here's a good example. So this room, look at it right now, right? So it looks like this room is what? If you were to take Lou and stand him on top of Val, I'm just going to do that with my fingers real quick. So you're not quite at the ceiling. So this room is maybe 2.5 people tall, right? And then you're going to have the hallways, which are roughly the same height. But when we fight here, the Vanzers are not crouched, they're not cramped, right? Like there's no way. Here's another, now that we're zoomed out, let's try this again. Yeah, so 2 and a bit, maybe not quite 2.5. So we'll just say we'll say it's 2.5 people tall, just is to round it. We'll round it up to 2.5. And then when we're fighting, watch our machines and see how high the ceiling is, right? How did the building get so tall? It was 2.5 people from the floor to the ceiling. And then when we fight in this map, either our Vanzers are less than 2.5 people tall, or the building suddenly got super big. Yeah, the music's not bad. I like the music. I think I have it set to the original soundtrack. I'll have to check. I like this. I like this side when you go through. It's a lot more story, but I like how Kazuki's just confused. Like, I don't know what's happening. And not the tiniest bit of emotion on anybody's faces. This is what I say when I say that they were lazy. Right? Like, come on. The movements are jerky. His lips don't even move. Like, they didn't even... Yeah, particularly this one, yeah. They didn't even make an effort. Like, look... Look at that bush. That bush is obviously a model from an outside map. What is blowing? Are you telling me there's that much wind coming through that window that it's blowing that bush around? But it's not moving a single hair on Lou's head or the hair that's sticking out on Lukav's head, right? Well, not because they've got like plastic Lego hair that just sits on their model. Now, I could forgive this on the PlayStation because of the hardware and the technology limitations at the time, right? This came out what, last year? And you're telling me that now? I'm not saying it needs to be like, you know, AAA, awesome, amazing, blah blah blah, whatever. You know, it can be like a B game, but still not be like. Look at how dirty these chairs are. Everything in this universe is rusted and dirty. It bugs me. Move away from the door. So there. This is a perfect example of what I just said. I was just talking about. So Ryogo's Vanzer, on its knees, is less than the height of this doorway. So how did he get so small? He could like shimmy his way through there. It's crazy. I think not. He just slowly, casually walks up and punches him in the back of the head. Should have just shot him. The animations are so bad. It's like PS1 era animation. Like, you see them shuffle their feet when they're turning from side. Like, who does that? Nobody does that. It would have been better for the model to just spin without the legs moving, instead of making them shuffle that little bit while they slowly turn their bodies. So bad. Now he's got his sunglasses. See, now these guys are outside. And where we are is somehow waist height on the Lenghe. Now again, it was like that in the first game too. The scale was all out of whack. All of the games are like that, where the scale is all whacked up. I like this. This is like one of my favorite tracks. See, this looks good. I swear they had like 2 or 3 different teams. It's like working on a group project where you've got some people in your group who are just dead weight. It's just this particular group had like three of the 4 members being dead weights and 1 person actually putting in an effort. Because this looks good. The stone on the wall, you've got like, I don't know what kind of stone that is, but it looks nice. Like, at first I thought it was marble, but I don't think you can get it to be that color. But this looks good. It's not all dirty, right? It's everything isn't dirty and grimy and rusted. You've got some detail, right? Some detail in the stone. You've got the carvings on the top. It's obvious that it's like the same rectangle, just copied and pasted over and over and over again. But that's fine, whatever. I've been in buildings that have had like the same like carving or engraving on the ceiling just over and over and over again. So it's not so bad that it like pulls you out, right? But then you look at some of these other... How did he get up the stairs? How does he get up and down these stairs? It's going to be like Ed 209 from RoboCop, where he steps on the stairs and he falls down the stairs. Well, she's got 14 now, so I can do evasion all the way. Yeah, I'll do it like this. See, and we were on the 2nd floor, right? Because we came down the stairs, right? Here you go. So this is the room we were just in. So this tiny little door, look at how big Ryogo is. So Ryogo on his knees, right? Ryogo's Banzer on his knees was shorter than the height of this door. And yet a Lenghe was on the other side of this wall outside, and the floor level was the same as his waist. Well, why is it so dark in the corner here? I don't remember it being that dark. There you go, there's a Lenghe right here. Rosefina? Why is it so dark up here? I don't remember it being this dark in here on my last playthrough. I think the last update they did might have messed it up. Shoot this guy. Yeah, I like this music. Alright, well, he's not a threat anymore. He shot his arm off. The one with the gun. Oh, Void 80. And then he misses us. 97% chance to hit a guy? Wow. I think we broke the wall behind him, too. No, it just made like a broken glass sound. That's why I thought he broke this. %. I like how you can see like the partially broken arm on the machine, and it's all like scorched and like shocking and everything like that. Like, that looks cool. I do like that. And he's like all smoking, maybe a little overboard on the sparks, but like stuff like that, you know, I'm okay with that. Like, every time you walk, the ground explodes. That's too much. Fountain doesn't look bad though. Fountain looks nice. The fountain itself looks good. The water flowing animation is ridiculous. The water is just flying out of that fountain. I like how the laser lights everything up. See, again, like, there's such a great game here. Just hampered by laziness. I'll take a 52% accuracy penalty. We'll probably still hit him. Yep, 612. Do we go straight? I've got 3 people. You see, look at how fast, like, the water is flowing so fast out of the fountain, it would not stay in that fountain. It would be just flying everywhere, shooting out of there super fast like that. Okay, we're gonna blast this asshole. Give me your medals. Zero. Well, I'm not that worried about Emma getting shot up. Although you do have to be careful because they did make infantry a lot easier to hit. So these missions where it's like protect so and so when they're on foot like that. Did you hear that broken glass sound again? It makes them a lot more difficult because it's so much easier to kill people when they're on the ground. Like that one in the Philippines where you got to keep Alisa and Lukav alive. 442. Holy shit, that's almost our whole body in one punch. That's insane. Do I want to risk Kazuki here? Oh, he broke something. Did you see that? Zap. Oh, did she break something too? Just the one. Oh, I can't get. No, I'd need to break one of these ones and then this one to get behind him. But do I want to risk getting punched? Probably not. That's great. YOLO! This could be the... Oh no, he'll live. I didn't get hit in the body. Oh, now I did. Well, that's it for him. Oh, she's... 92%, but minus 44. Maybe I hit him. Oh, got him. And we shot his melee weapon off. And then his legs. Bam probably saved Kazuki's life there. Oh, she definitely saved him now. Showing this guy who's boss. Boom. Oh, she's shooting the window. Damn, that's one powerful pistol, huh? She just destroys that whole... What? Oh, I don't have enough AP. And I bet you I don't have enough accuracy. Oh, no. Minus 0%. That was kind of... Oh, no, I guess you were out of reach. And again, broken glass sound. You see his leg clips through the floor? Oh, Emma broke this one. I was just looking to see, how did this one break again? That's not. Something worth it. And none of these are broken, so why did it make that broken glass sound? Just way. And then we're almost done. Almost done here in China, in the DHC. Right, so we've got outside where you only need to fight Lucav. I think we're gonna... If she walks up and shoots Kazuki, I think he's done. I don't see him surviving a machine gun blast. So if I put Alisa in the front though... Yeah, so there's this one here, like the one after it with Lucav outside. And then it's the missile silo. No, that's the other playthrough. Oh, nice. We haven't seen a lot. We haven't seen a lot of the enemies using skills. What do we do? We still have to do Nanjing. Because we tool around with the TN... Oh my goodness. Yeah, that definitely would have ended Kazuki. We hang out with the Tian Li for a little bit. Right? I can't think of what... I can't think of the other missions. I know Nanjing is going to be one. I think there's like 2 or 3 more... I think there's 2 or 3 more missions in the DHC. And then we meet Mayor, and we leave and we go back to Japan. And then you have more... There's more of the coup on this side. Like, it's actually resolved on this side compared to the other side, where it just ends because the DHC invades. What the hell? Is Alisa... Is she like clairvoyant? Some kind of prophet or something? Nostradamus? How did she know that wall was going to explode? Oh no, maybe you don't fight Lucav outside here. Because he runs away from the Wulong. I could be wrong. What time is it? 1:48. Okay, we'll do one more, whatever this next one is, and then we'll be done. It's also 5:45. And sitting here for 2 hours is certainly not helping my back a whole lot. My feet are all tingly. Yeah, Chairman Chai. Yeah, this is where he gets crushed by Lucav's machine. What is this madness? Yeah. Yeah, because he comes to talk to Lucav to try to get him to work for him. And then the machine drops on him and crushes him. It's crazy to think that the government still wins, right? So the central government loses the chairman, right? the imaginary numbers. What is that sound? Oh, it's coming from the game. The imaginary numbers wreck a bunch of the military, and yet the well, I guess the rebels have essentially been routed at this point, right? Like, their bases have been destroyed. Again, imaginary numbers. They've destroyed, not completely, but most of the rebels have been killed at this point, right? So I guess it makes sense that squash. I guess it makes sense that their greatly depleted numbers weren't enough to take out the rest of the government. And not even a blood splatter or nothing. No indication. Yeah. He jumps way up on the building. Yeah, so we only need to beat Lucav here. And then everybody else runs away. Although this is... Now, if you were trying to capture Lenghe, this is a good mission to do it. Because they're armed with machine guns for some stupid reason. Or not machine guns, rifles. They've got rifles, so they're not hard to stop. Defense class 2? I don't think that's gonna help you. Nope. It is not. And for whatever reason, I'm not sure why, but the Lenghe seem to have really bad morale, because they tend to give up fast. This one next. We'll kill these Mingtans. Jeez, I wasn't expecting so many. That's 3 shots, 3 body shots in a row. Minus 25, we're still 100%. Oh, wow. There's some good luck, huh? We hit 4 times in the body. She's the last one. Sure, why not? He's always a pain to hit way up there anyways. $148. I'm surprised it's so low. Miss. And oh, well. I thought that other one would miss because the accuracy is not as good with the offhand. 136. And these guys, yeah, 68%. It's a melee machine. It's like when we fought those raffles with the machine gun. Well, I changed them off machine guns, but the machine gun grapples or the flamethrower grapples, it doesn't make sense. They should have just made them Shun Wong instead of Lenghe. To me, it just seems weird. Why put a gun on a machine that's meant for punching? I don't know if anybody else can. Oh no, he should be able to reach that guy. Oh yeah. Perfect. And I guess Maybe not. There we go. Skill +2. Still helpful because our skill level is really not that good. What is her skill? Like C? B. Wow. But there you go, C. I think that might be our best. C star. It's definitely not going to be her. C star star. Holy shit, I was wrong. Miho. I thought it would be Ryogo because you had him from the beginning. But Miho. I guess she just gets more XP. She probably gets more XP because she's at the end of the line. Like, she's like the last person we use, right? So she gets to make more attacks. Or maybe she gets attacked a lot, so she makes more counterattacks. And then she gets more XP. Damn. It's hard to say. 106. So it was like 40. It's like 40 less damage. Ah, goddamn stun. Legs. I was hoping to just get rid of this guy. Body. Good. Well. Nice and easy, and then we'll shoot this guy. Oh, right. I always forget that I jacked up the range on the pistols. Because I thought it was funny. And then when you see it, it's like, what the hell? Will you shoot me? Yeah, he's like, he's so far away. There's still one more Ming Tan back there, I think. We should go get him. Yeah, there he is. I guess we just haven't gotten close enough to activate him. 98. Wow. Really? Okay, this is not what we missed it anyways. But that's not what's supposed to happen. Returns 150% of the damage received from the enemy attack. So it should be like you do that. You know, I'm gonna take these off. So it shouldn't do that unless you're gonna do less damage, and there's no way. I guess a miss is less damage than the miss is less, right? But it shouldn't have activated. I'm very surprised. She can't reach. Ooh, we could kill him here. I don't think we need to kill him either. We just need to get his body really low. Like, I think we're done now. And then he sees the Wulong. Yes. Get him? Nope. 50% accuracy. No, we do have to kill him. That's fine, I don't mind. His legs. Now, he might just shoot at us with his missiles, which is fine. Which is fine. I want that XP, and I want those medals. Oh, he's just giving up. $137. There we go. Take care of this guy. Well, we did get the medals. We got 2 medals anyways. Alright. Well, we're definitely maximizing the metals from this particular machine. There we go. Let's look at the 5, right? It's not worth it. The guy's got too much life. I don't want to sit there plinking away at somebody who's almost dead. Go. Maybe revenge will go off again. There you go. We'll see how much damage we do if we hit him. No, he dodged. That damn Hoshin. It's cheating. I should know because I'm the one who did it. I cheated it there. And now I'm paying the price. Okay then. I don't know if I have anybody who can even go up there. You dodgy little bitch. What is this, front mission 4? They dodged like crazy in that game. There we go. Didn't dodge that one. And now we're done. Got a nice big chunk of bonus XP, or bonus score, I should say. For all his talk about how superior they are to humans, he sure runs away from Rudolph quick. The Wulong. Right? They just run away really fast. Oh, it's the zoo, the Shanghai Zoo. I think that's the next mission. That's when Emma goes back to Lucav. Right? That's where we fight Griffith. I think that's the next mission. And then what else is there? So the Shanghai Zoo, Nanjing, and I think there's one more after Nanjing, and then we're done in the DHC. And then there's like 10 or so, I think 10 or so missions left in Japan, right? Like the coup. There's more than that. Because Ocean City is the bridge, the top, inside, engine room, Midas room, LST space. So there's 6 when you get to Ocean City. And then so it might be 12. So there might be like 15 missions left altogether. Unless now I could be off. Like I'm not 100% sure that there's only 3 missions left in the DHC. There could be more. I just can't remember them. And then I'm just guessing that the coup takes 6 missions. I can't remember for sure. So 15 to 20. No, that can't be. Because there's only like, what is it, 59? So 20 missions would be like a third of the whole game. Well, whatever. It doesn't matter. It's not important. It doesn't matter. But that's gonna be it for this stream. I still gotta record another video to release tomorrow. So I'll do that later. I gotta move around for a little bit because my back is not happy right now. So it's me it for this